Welcome, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into 4 of the rarest and most valuable wheat pennies ever struck, coins that have shocked collectors with their sky-high auction prices. Some of these pennies might be hiding in your collection, and if you spot the right details, you could be holding a fortune. What makes them so special? Which rare errors and varieties make these simple 1-cent coins worth thousands? Stay with me because you won't believe how much these pennies have sold for. Let's start. Number 1. Did you know that an ordinary-looking 1950 wheat penny could be worth thousands of dollars? You might have one sitting in your collection right now without realizing its true value. Some of these coins have shocking errors and rare varieties that make them highly sought after by collectors. But how do you know if your 1950 penny is valuable? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn exactly what to look for, and you might just discover a small fortune hiding in your pocket change. One of the most fascinating things about the 1950 wheat penny is that it was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while Denver pennies carry a small D, and San Francisco ones have an S beneath the date. While most 1950 pennies are common, there are rare ones out there with incredible values. Let's start with a highly sought-after variety, the 1950 S with an RPM, or repunched mint mark. This occurs when the S was stamped more than once, creating a noticeable doubling effect. If you find a penny with this error, it could be worth significantly more than a regular 1950 S penny. But here's where it gets even more interesting. There are different types of RPMs, and some are rarer than others. Could you be holding one of these rare varieties? Another variety collectors dream of finding is the 1950 D over S penny. This happens when a Denver mint mark was stamped over a previously placed San Francisco mint mark. This error is extremely rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for it. Finding one of these could mean a big payday, but most people don't even realize they exist. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest factors that determine value: condition. A 1950 penny that has been in circulation for years with scratches and wear might only be worth a few cents. But if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's where things get exciting. Some of the highest graded 1950 wheat pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. Have you ever come across a 1950 wheat penny with unusual markings or strange doubling on the letters? If so, you might have something special. Let me know in the comments what coins you've found. Now for the moment you've been waiting for. The rarest and most valuable 1950 pennies have sold for astonishing prices. In top condition, some of these coins have reached over $15,200. And the most exceptional ones have gone beyond $67,000 and even more at major auctions. Imagine turning a simple penny into that kind of money. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Your next penny could be a hidden treasure. Number 2. Have you ever looked at an old penny and wondered if it might be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a 1944 D wheat penny could be hiding in your collection, and if it's the right one, it could be worth an absolute fortune? Some of these pennies have unique errors and rare features that send collectors into a frenzy. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you might just have a hidden jackpot in your pocket change. The 1944 D wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D below the date. This was a crucial year for coin production. The war had just ended, and millions of pennies were made using leftover wartime metals. But here's where it gets interesting. Not all 1944 D pennies were made the same, and some have extremely rare errors that make them worth a fortune. One of the most famous error varieties is the 1944 D/S overmint mark penny. This happened when a coin was mistakenly struck with an S mint mark underneath the D. It's a small detail, but collectors pay thousands of dollars for this rare mistake. The key is knowing how to spot it, so grab a magnifying glass and check your coins closely. Could you be holding this rare variety without even knowing it? Another rare type is the 1944 D with a doubled die obverse. This error makes the date, lettering, and even Lincoln's portrait appear doubled, creating a dramatic visual effect. These errors are not always easy to spot, but if you find one, it could mean serious money. Have you ever found a coin with unusual doubling? Let me know in the comments. But errors aren't the only thing that make the 1944 D penny valuable. Condition plays a huge role. A heavily worn penny might only be worth a few cents, but if you have one in pristine, uncirculated condition with a deep red luster, that's where the big money comes in. Some of the highest graded 1944 D pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auctions. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. Some of the rarest and most pristine 1944 D wheat pennies have sold for over $12,000, and the highest graded examples with unique errors have reached more than $120,000 at major auctions. Imagine turning a single penny into that kind of money. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Who knows? Your next coin find could be a life-changing treasure. Number 3. Most people see a penny and think it's just spare change. But what if I told you that a 1945 wheat penny could be worth an incredible amount of money? Some of these old pennies are hiding rare errors and unique features that make them worth far more than just 1 cent. Could you have one of these valuable coins in your collection? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you might be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. The 1945 wheat penny was struck in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The ones from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while the Denver pennies have a small D, and the San Francisco pennies carry an S beneath the date. While most of these coins are common, a small number have rare errors or were preserved in near-perfect condition, making them worth thousands of dollars today. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 1945 D with a repunched mint mark (RPM). This happens when the D was stamped multiple times, creating a slight overlapping effect. These errors can be subtle, so if you have a 1945 D penny, check closely with a magnifying glass. If you spot a repunched mint mark, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. But the real excitement comes with the 1945 S wheat penny with a doubled die obverse (DDO). This error makes certain parts of the design, like the date, lettering, or even Lincoln's portrait, appear doubled. These doubling errors are highly collectible, and some of them have sold for huge amounts at auctions. Have you ever come across a coin with unusual doubling or strange markings? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's talk about condition. A well-worn 1945 penny might only be worth a few cents, but if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially with its original red luster, its value skyrockets. Collectors and investors are always searching for these high-quality examples, and the top-graded ones have sold for jaw-dropping prices. And now, the moment you've been waiting for: just how much can a 1945 wheat penny be worth? Some of the rarest and highest graded examples have sold for over $20,400, and the most exceptional ones, especially those with rare errors, have reached more than $98,000 and even higher at major auctions. Imagine turning a simple penny into that kind of money. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Your next penny could be a hidden treasure. Number 4. A simple penny from 1957 might not seem like much at first glance, but what if I told you that some of these coins have sold for thousands of dollars? That's right. This ordinary-looking wheat penny could be hiding rare features that make it incredibly valuable. But how do you know if your 1957 penny is special? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you might just have a hidden fortune sitting in your collection. The 1957 wheat penny was one of the last years of the iconic Lincoln wheat design before the U.S. Mint switched to the memorial reverse in 1959. These pennies were struck at both the Philadelphia Mint, which has no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which is identified by a small D beneath the date. While millions were produced, only a small number hold real value due to rare errors, high-grade condition, and unique varieties. One of the most exciting varieties is the 1957 D double die verse DDO. This rare error happens when the coin's design is struck slightly off during the minting process, creating a doubling effect on certain letters, numbers, or Lincoln's portrait. If you look closely at "In God We Trust" or the date, you might see this doubling. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for these unique errors, and if you find one in pristine condition, you're looking at serious money. But the rarest and most valuable 1957 pennies aren't just about errors. They're also about condition. Coins with their original red luster, meaning they haven't been exposed to air and lost their shine, are the most desirable. Collectors call these Rarest wheat pennies, and the highest graded examples can reach stunning prices at auctions. Have you ever come across an old penny that still has a bright red shine? Let me know in the comments. Another major factor that makes certain 1957 pennies valuable is the repunched mint mark, RPM, on Denver minted coins. This happens when the D was stamped more than once, sometimes at a slightly different angle. While it may seem like a minor flaw, collectors love these variations because they offer a glimpse into the imperfections of the minting process. If you have a 1957 D penny, take a close look at the mint mark. You could be holding something incredibly rare. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, just how much can a 1957 wheat penny be worth? Some of the most sought-after high-grade examples have sold for over $12,500, and the rarest, most pristine coins with unique errors have reached more than $57,000 and even higher at major auctions. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more valuable coins, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your next big find could be closer than you think.